The Toronto Raptors are making moves as Bobby Webster has made a decision today on one of the Raptors' more intriguing prospects in Jonathan Mogbo, which might suck for him in the short term, but for the Toronto Raptors is a very, very good sign of everything falling perfectly into place. So we'll discuss that, including a very intriguing development regarding Raptors top star Scottie Barnes and what Darko has really said about this latest development. So lots of things going on in the Toronto Raptors world right now. Two very exciting games coming up this weekend. So if you want all the coverage, everything going on with these games, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because we're delivering it all here at Raptors Digest, and we are very, very close to our goal of 40,000 subscribers, which is a gigantic milestone for the channel. So appreciate everyone that's been supporting the channel for a long time and just checking out the vids. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, it's free and you can click that button down below. But what's going on? What are the moves that are being made here right now for the Toronto Raptors? Well, news came out today that from Blake Murphy and a few other sources that Jonathan Mogbo has been assigned to the Toronto Raptors 905. Basically, he was only playing garbage time for the Raptors while CMB, not CMG, CMB, and Poeltl have dealt with foul trouble and injury issues. And the trouble is he needs more minutes in order to develop and take his game to the next level. So this is an unfortunate update out there for Jonathan Mogbo because he is a player that did show a lot of flashes, especially over last season, as a guy that can play elite defense, can be very mobile, can finish around the basket, especially dunking and stuff. His touch does need a little bit of work. He's a very high IQ forward in terms of his ability to pass and create and stuff. I've been impressed with Jonathan Mogbo over the course of his Raptors career, but right now getting put down with the development squad in order to work on his game, get reps, while the Toronto Raptors have found other options out there at the backup center position, the forward spots. So if you take a look at Mogbo this season, he's only played 5 minutes a night, only averaging 1 point per game. It's a waste of his development time to have him out there on the bench every single game when you have the Raptors 905 there for him to work on his game, because there's no real other options right now for him to actually get reps, to get minutes out there on the basketball court. I mean, it was tough, slim pickings for minutes for even guys that have been staples in the rotations for the most recent game for the Raptors. I mean, you look at Immanuel, who had a dominant performance, 15 points, 6 to 12 shooting. He only played 23 minutes. You also have Poeltl, who's been awesome as of late, only getting 15 minutes in that game as well. So, Mogbo did get 7, a lot of that in garbage time, the Raptors' most recent outing, but, he's eaten some run there. The Raptors have some guys that they trust right now in CMB and Immanuel to run that backup 5. And, of course, this relies on Jakob staying healthy. So, when Jakob Poeltl's healthy, I'm not a hater of this Raptors rotation, but the thing about it is, Jakob we know from seasons past that he has dealt with injuries over the course of his Raptors career and just NBA tenure. So I'd like for this team to have more depth at the center position, but right now when you have Jakob in the lineup and the way CMB and Immanuel are playing, then things are solid. And Mogbo's more of a 4 anyways, so that's what they're dealing with. Mogbo going down there to develop because, again, taking a look at the stats from these guys, Immanuel has been awesome for the Toronto Raptors this season. That contract we signed him to $3 million per year is looking like a steal here now at this point, because this season, backup big man position, averaging 9 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 50% from behind the three-point line, is still only 26 years old. So, Mamu has been awesome there, and then as well as Colin Murray-Boyles, 9 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists. He's shooting 43% from the three-point line himself. Again, a much smaller sample size, but still encouraging numbers there for a guy that was drafted with not many expectations of being a three-point shooter, but has played elite defense. And one thing that should be noted in regards to Colin Murray-Boyles' defense is basically what he's been able to do it against, because the Raptors have given him some absolutely ridiculous matchups to face up against because he's more of a natural 4. He can play the small ball 5, but he's more of a natural 4. But the Raptors have thrown him into the deep end, and this is essentially taken by Ben Fryer, as he came out and said the Toronto Raptors have thrown Colin Murray-Boyles into the murderer's row of matchups from the very start of his career. According to tracking data, 5 of his 6 most frequent matchups on ball defender are Victor Wembanyama, Jaren Jackson Jr., Alfred Şengün, Evan Mobley, and Kevin Durant. Against the Milwaukee Bucks on Tuesday, the Raptors tasked him with guarding red-hot Giannis Antetokounmpo. He hasn't been perfect, but Toronto's trust in him as a primary on-ball defender speaks volumes. Murray-Boyles' elite hands and anticipation immediately translated into the NBA. His 7.5 deflections per 100 possessions place him among the league's top 25 and second among rookies. So, again, the big battle people talked about entering this season, if Jonathan Mogbo were to have a shot of getting minutes, getting run, was between really Colin Murray-Boyles and Jonathan Mogbo, because they have similar skill sets. Big men that small ball, that are forwards, that can play a small ball 5 position, have a high basketball IQ, that are athletic, and have question marks in regards to their jump shooting. And Colin Murray-Boyles has really ran with that, which makes sense. He was a lottery pick where Jonathan Mogbo was a second-round pick, but, Murray-Boyles is going to get the lead there, and that's the decision Bobby Webster made. So Mogbo back with the 905, and then if injuries happen, I'm sure he'll get called up again, but he's going to be down there for more development. So sucks in the short term for Mogbo, but I'm sure he's happy to get more reps, get more development and stuff, while Murray-Boyles has hedged him out on that spot for the season. And then, of course, your different look in Sandro Mamukelashvili out there in the front court, and Jakob Poeltl's back in action. So one of the 2 big concerns I had to start off the season, the reason we lost a ton of those games, is the lack of front court depth. Jakob Poeltl being reinserted into the lineup, this move also screams to me that he is back healthy, back ready to rock 100%. So encouraging stuff there for the Toronto Raptors. But what are the developments going on with Scottie Barnes? Because Scottie is, of course, a guy that has been awesome this season. He has really just taken a step up in terms of efficiency and is fitting really well with this team. And his 3-point shooting is just on next level. He's averaging 21 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 1.5 blocks per night, 1.6 steals, and shooting 49% from the 3-point line. Again, we are very, very early in the season, so I don't expect that 3-point percentage to remain that high. But, for a guy that's 24 years old, has shown flashes of, being elite out there as a jump shooter in the past, but, hand injuries, different stuff has affected that in recent years. This is exactly what we want to see out of Scottie Barnes. And it's not just that. It's Scottie's putting up these types of numbers, and the team is remaining, efficient and steady and well-rounded with that. So, we take a look at it. RJ Barrett's averaging 21, 5, and 4, right? And 55% shooting from the field. Scottie, we just took a look at the stats, 21, 7, and 5. 51% from the field. And on top of it, you have Brandon Ingram, who's averaging 21, 6, and 4 at 54% from the field. All these guys are making it easier on one another, despite being 3 players that need the ball in their hands, including Immanuel Quickley, Jamal Shep when they're out there. There's a lot of guys that need the rock, but they have all adjusted. They've all adapted to playing with each other, and efficiency has skyrocketed, at least in the early days of this season. And that is a massive, massive development for this squad. And I think Scottie Barnes is the main guy to look at that because, again, RJ, Brandon, those definitely deserve a ton of credit with how they've been playing. But Scottie Barnes is really that, catalyst for the offense, the guy that is the glue for how this offense really works and feels, and what Darko Rajaković has been executing out there on this team. And he had a big quote regarding Scottie saying, I think the league has a problem. I think he's not even close to where he's going to be 4 to 5 years from now, and that kid is improving so much and adding so much to his game. He is going to be a big-time player. Now, we know Darko has had the back of, these players of this team, since the jump, since the start, even when the Raptors were really struggling. And now that's all coming to a head in terms of, the team actually coming together, winning some games. Of course, it's not perfect. We lost 3 games. Things looked like the sky was falling a few days ago. But you get Jakob Poeltl back. You get Immanuel Quickley not playing horrific defense and stuff. And now the Raptors are right back in the hunt, 4-4 out there this to start off this early season. Still only 2.5 games out of first place. So it is going to be an absolute roller coaster of a year. I'm sure we're going to have a bunch of highs and lows again, but I love the way Scottie's playing. I love the way the team's fitting together, and we have a nice stretch here now where the Raptors can definitely get some wins. Tougher weekend against the Hawks and the Sixers, who are 2 upper echelon teams in the East. Then you face Brooklyn. The Cavs are still dealing with injuries here and there, but they've been better as of late. But then the Pacers, the Hornets, the Wizards, and the Nets, with the exception of that Philadelphia game, all of them are winnable games, but a lot of very, very winnable games in this one. And the Raptors have an opportunity here now to take advantage of what they have going. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like how Darko Rajaković has been executing this team. I think our offense has been remarkably proficient, and he's made some adjustments on the defensive end, which do deserve credit, which has turned this season around. I'm very, very happy with how the Raptors season has been going so far, and let's hope it stays that way. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. You guys, the best thing as far as subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Anyways, I'm signing out. Cheers.